Hello and welcome back to Oba's Trending Gist. Today we are diving deep into the tumultuous waters of Nigerian politics, specifically the People's Democratic Party. Our focus is a candid conversation between Senator Abba Moro, a prominent PDP leader, and Channels Television's Seun Okinbaloye on politics today. Senator Moro has made a very interesting, some might say controversial assertion that all the recent calls to discipline figures like Nyesom Wike are, in his words, unnecessary. Right now, let us unpack why he believes this and what it means for one of the Nigeria's largest political parties. Stay tuned as we explore the nuance of party loyalty, reconciliation, and the road ahead for PDP. So sit back and take a watch.
Everyone for staying with us. Senator Abba Moro has been speaking with us on the program. He's a minority leader in the Senate. Of course, a major force leading a major caucus within the party at a national level. Senator, there are those who are not happy with the FCT minister in the PDP, and they are saying that his likes are going to be punished. How do you do that?
Well, let me say this without sounding like a broken record. All the hues and cries about discipline, discipline, they are unnecessary at this point in time. We are coming out of a disastrous election. 2023 certainly was the worst year for PDP as a political party when election results are concerned. And the choices before us is whether we should wield the big stick or go on the path of reconciliation. And it was decided that these two things can go pari passu with themselves. Try to reconcile as much as possible. Try also to discipline if you can. And in the run-out of 2023, a lot of things happened. A lot of things happened. People were genuinely aggrieved. Whether they carry the grievances too far is another thing altogether. And on this program, I had cause to reference the 2024 election in America. And very many prominent Republican Party members openly canvassed for votes for the Democratic Party candidate, Kamala Harris. And I asked this question: where was the cry, the hues and cries and the agitations for punishment for those persons in the Republican Party that work for the Democratic Party? You wouldn't hear anything like that. In Nigeria, it's anti-party, discipline, and the rest of them. And our people have the same. You make a fire, a bonfire. You say one stick of the fire, bonfire, is making smokes. You remove it. You remove the other one. You remove the other one. The smoke won't stop. You keep removing until you remove all the wood.
So punishing Wike is not a priority.
I mean, why is it always about Wike and rest of them? Because we all know that obviously what Wike did, some other persons in the party did. We had a G5, for instance. The person who is going to run for president now in the party, Seyi Makinde, was a member of the G5. Governor Autumn, who today is a board of trustee member from Benue State, was a member of the G5. Governor Ogwanyi, who was in the NEC meeting yesterday, was a member of the G5. Why is anybody not talking about all these other personalities and all of us that apparently somehow, one way or the other, didn't fall into the line of the party? Why is anybody not mentioning any other person? So I want to feel that the Wike saga is an unnecessary distraction that we can avoid if we have to forge a common fund towards the 2027 election.
I have less than 60 seconds to close this program, Senator, but there is a problem. Funding might be a very great problem for your party. The usual suspect funding sources for your party, Delta, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, all of these parties have now been lost to the APC. How would you source for funding?
All of these parties, Sheyi, that you are talking about now, we're in PDP and we lost election.
So it doesn't matter.
Politics and elections are not necessarily all about money. There are other factors, other germane factors that are responsible for elections than the issue of money.
All right. Senator Abba Moro, Senate Minority Leader, it's always a pleasure having you join us on the program.
Thank you very much.
And I wish you and your party the very best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We're on a path to glory. I can tell you this. People call me from all over the place, congratulating me for the success of the NEC meeting yesterday.
So your party is rising from the grave?
Yeah, sure. Because I told you here before that
resurrection power.
That if the party dies, I'll be the coffin that will convey it. But we're all alive here now.
You all welcome back. That was a fascinating discussion with Senator Abba Moro. Senator Moro, in a remarkably candid manner, painted a picture of a PDP reeling from what he describes as a disastrous 2023 election, calling it the party's worst year. His central argument against disciplined key figures like Nyesom Wike is rooted in this context of recovery. He views the glamour for discipline as unnecessary, right now suggesting that the party needs to prioritize reconciliation over wielding a big stick. He even cited the 2024 American election, where he claimed that prominent Republican openly campaigned for Democratic candidate Kamala Harris without facing internal party sanctions. Moro emphasized that Wike isn't an isolated case, pointing to the G5 governors and other personalities who he say also deviated from the party line but are not facing the same scrutiny. He believes the Wike saga itself is a diversion, distracting from the party's true objective of forging a united front for the 2027 election. When challenged on the financial implication of losing key states like Delta, Rivers, and Akwa Ibom to the APC states, traditionally seen as funding sources for the PDP, Senator Moro confidently asserted that politics isn't solely about money. He stressed that other germane factors play a more crucial role in electoral success. Despite the party's recent setback, he concluded on a note of strong optimism, proclaiming that the PDP is rising from the grave and on a path to glory, buoyed by positive feedback on a recent NEC meeting. Senator Moro's argument, while framed as pragmatic, opened up several critical questions. Firstly, his dismissal of the discipline debate as unnecessary, raising concern about accountability within the PDP. If party rules are openly flouted without consequences, what message does that send to loyal members and potential future defectors? While reconciliation is vital, genuine unity often stems from addressing past wrongs, not sweeping them under the carpet. His analogy to American politics, while interesting, might not perfectly translate to Nigeria's unique political landscape, where party loyalty and internal cohesion can be fragile. Secondly, the argument that Wike saga is a distraction seems to sidestep the fundamental issue of anti-party activities. If such actions are not addressed, how can the party effectively strategize for 2027? Is it truly a distraction or a festering wound that could cripple future efforts? Furthermore, downplaying the role of money in Nigerian election, especially after losing traditional financial strongholds, appears somewhat idealistic, while grassroots support and ideology are crucial. The practical reality of election campaign often requires significant financial backing. Moro's optimism about the PDP rising from the grave is commendable, but without clear strategies for accountability, internal reforms, and addressing the tangible loss of financial and political strongholds, it risks sounding like mere wishful thinking. The true test for PDP will be to balance the need for unity with the imperative of upholding party discipline and demonstrating a clear vision to regain public trust. And that's our deep dive for today. What are your thoughts on Senator Abba Moro's stance? Do you believe reconciliation should take precedence over discipline, or is accountability the true path to recovery for the PDP? Let us know in the comment below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Oba's Trending Gist for more insightful discussions, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next update. Many thanks for watching, and until next time, stay informed.